Hey everybody, this is John from /bash, and today I am bringing you another proRevenge Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe, and make sure you ring the notifications bell so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, hey, can you fix my daughter's laptop for free? Let's jump right in. A bit of backstory and personal beliefs. I'm willing to help my friends, but we all know someone who has or have themselves a friend who is the group mooch. The kind of person who knows you're getting together and just shows up, nothing in hand, and expects to be given free booze, free food the entire time. Yet sadly, you put up with them till it gets to the breaking point of wanting to beat them senseless with a shovel. This story is about said friend whom I finally got to the breaking point with. My moocher friend isn't tech savvy, like at all. He has zero respect for tech and constantly uses me as his go-to man when stuff goes sideways. Almost always his doing. This is from the olden days of Windows 8 being a fresh hot mess that was the next big thing everyone hated, because it took the standard Windows interface, beat it over the head with a bat, tossed the bloody corpse into a wood chipper, then proceeded to light the remaining slurry on fire with military-grade napalm. I hate Windows 8 in case you didn't pick up on that. He had recently bought a laptop for his daughter since she was starting to need it for school, and he wanted a mobile PC to use when he felt like it. Pretty sure he just wanted it for himself, but needed to convince the wife to okay the expense. Instead of asking me for input, he decided he was just going to go to Big Blue Multi-Story and buy cheapest laptop model that rhymes with hell. It took less than a day of him fighting with it to call me to ask if I'd put Windows 7 on it because he hated Windows 8. I asked, why not return it and get a Windows 7 model, to which he responded, Big Blue doesn't have any Windows 7, only 8, and my daughter really needs this computer. Sure she does. I agree, and he drops it off within an hour. I should note that this happened just after Windows 8 dropped. At that time, there were no classic shell programs out that simply said, flip off new piece of crap tablet design, we're using the old one everyone knows and can use, so my options were limited. I did an initial look at what I was getting myself into, and lucky me, hell had only put out drivers for Windows 8 for this model. Yay! I do about 6 hours worth of hunting, downloading, tweaking drivers, and praying and cursing the tech gods as I installed Windows 7. I had to cherry pick working drivers for most of the hardware, the rest I got to work through sheer trial and error. I made a restore disk, backed up and labeled every driver for the system in individual numbered folders in case I needed to redo anything on this piece of crap. My friend is notorious for flipping up his computer's operating system. I give him a ring and let him know it's good to go, and he picks it up the next day. Less than 2 weeks later, he texts saying something's wrong with it. It won't do blah 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 blah, or I can't get it to do whatever I want. Shocking, I know. I just restore from the disk I made and give it back same day. Let's see how long this lasts. Almost a week later, same thing. Again, a quick restore and I give it back. This time, it took almost a whole 3 weeks till I got a text. Now I'm pissed. What the hell is he doing to this thing to flip up the operating system? I finally took the time to look at the system and see what the flip was going on. He had a bunch of cracked games downloaded and was trying to run those, a bunch of virus, malware on it, and oh, a bunch of shady porn sites in his browser history. I'm livid. The only reason I kept fixing this damn thing was because it was supposed to be his daughter's. I got a hold of his wife to see exactly who was really using the laptop, and for what. Turns out he told her it was having issues and he was constantly trying to fix it at home, and even took it to work to mess around with it when he had time. He was a manager at a hut that sells pizza. He's one of those real hands-on managers who lets everyone know what needs to be done, then flips off into the office. So I get the evil idea of fixing things my way. My first step to fixing things my way was to make an admin account that only I had the info for and limit the other account to a limited user. When I talked to his wife, I got a good idea of what his daughter really liked as far as shows and games, etc. I then proceed to pimp this laptop out for a 10-year-old girl. My Little Pony wallpapers, about 100 on rotate, the entire My Little Pony cartoon show stored directly on the computer, Bratz, Barbie, the works. I even redid the icons to My Little Pony theme and tweaked the user interface to be pink and purple colored. I made sure there was a parental lock on the browsers to prevent anything porn related from even showing up on the laptop. I installed TeamViewer and locked in my personal credentials so I could get on anytime I needed. And just for good measure, I installed a handy program called Deep Freeze. For those unfamiliar with it, it snapshots the drive as is and restores the drive to that exact image every time the power cycles. The only downside to this program is you lose everything you save on the computer when the power cycles. Not a problem since I had gotten a bulk pack of thumb drives that were multicolored and came with lanyards. I even went a step above and beyond and got a My Little Pony skin for the laptop lid in case he thought of taking it to work again. I personally delivered the laptop this time when the wife and daughter were home. The girly, high-pitched squeals of joy that nearly ruptured my eardrums made it all worth it. She went off on a joy-induced tirade as I showed her and her mom everything I did, including all the shows and games I put on just for her. I then gave her a bright pink thumb drive with purple lanyard and explained that when she wanted to play the games or save anything, the drive needed to be plugged in. I set the save path for all the games to the thumb drive and added a shortcut to the drive itself on the desktop to make sure she wouldn't lose any schoolwork she was doing. I made sure both her and her mom knew the thumb drive had to be plugged in, otherwise things wouldn't be saved. I didn't mention the parental lock I set up or deep freeze. I wanted it to be a surprise for my friend later. Both her and her mom thanked me. I got a big hug from the daughter who was still flying around on cloud 9. She was begging her mom to watch My Little Pony with her before I even left. I knew it was only a matter of time till I got an angry text or call from my friend as soon as he got a chance to use the laptop. I was waiting with gleeful anticipation. I had dropped the laptop off on Monday and I knew he wouldn't get a chance to use it till Friday when he got back from a trip he took. Cut to Friday night and I get a call around 8 p.m., which I ignore and let go to voicemail. I get 3 more calls every 5 to 10 minutes, which I also ignore. Then I get a bunch of texts, which I ignore till about 11 p.m. when I figured he had ample time to try and flip with the laptop to only be shut down at every attempt. I call him up with an especially snarky attitude, acting half asleep just to piss him off. Finally! Where the flip have you been? I've been trying to call you and texting, but you never responded. Yeah, I had a long day, so I took an evening nap. What's up? What's up? This piece of crap laptop is busted, that's what's up. I can't get anything to work right. I downloaded a game and tried installing it, but it says I don't have admin rights. I restarted it and the game files were gone completely, so I re-downloaded it, but it still couldn't install it. It's not even letting me browse the web. I thought you fixed this. What the hell? Calm down. I'm sure it's something simple. Let me remote in. Wait, you can do that? Yeah, I got sick of having to have it dropped off, so I installed remote software. Let's see. The first thing I do is remotely restart the system. It did it again! What? The game I downloaded is gone from the desktop. Oh yeah, I put software on the laptop that restores it to a default setting. Anything that's not saved on an external drive gets removed. I gave your wife and daughter a thumb drive. Didn't they tell you it was needed? No, what the hell? Why'd you do a stupid thing like that? Well, I've had to fix this thing 3 times already and I got sick of it, so I made sure anything you downloaded or tried to install would be deleted and blocked. You don't have admin rights, I do. Last time there was over a dozen viruses and malware from your games. The games you were trying to run would barely run on this laptop even if you had legit versions. What the flip? Insert 15-minute rant I didn't pay any attention to because I don't care. Well, why won't it let me browse the web? Are you sure? Let me see. I bring up Google and start browsing standard sites. Hit a few cartoon sites I favored for his daughter. Everything looks fine to me. Could you be referring to the porn sites that were in the browser history on your daughter's laptop? Yeah, I thought so. See, me being the upstanding guy I am, I turned on parental controls to keep web browsing safe for your 10-year-old daughter. The flip's wrong with you. But no buts. It took a lot of work to get this thing working for your daughter's sake, and then you use it as your personal play toy, which I had to fix 3 times. I'm done with your BS. I made it so your daughter can use her laptop when and how she needs. If you want to get your own laptop and flip it up beyond repair, that's fine by me. No more freebies if you flip something up being an idiot. If you think this is unfair, I'd be more than happy to let your wife know exactly what the issue with the laptop was, including screenshots of your browsing history. I don't mind helping, but you go above and beyond being a mooch a lot of times. Anything else you need help with? No. Have a great weekend. Click. Having spent over 18 years in customer service and tech support, so I went a bit nuclear on him, but I had had enough of his crap. Reminded me of all too many times the problem isn't the hardware or software, it's the meat puppets smashing their face against the keyboard and wondering why stuff doesn't work. So I simply removed that part of the equation. Amazingly enough, he didn't have any more issues with that laptop. Wonder why? The only time I was gotten a hold of was by his wife asking me to update some things and install some software the daughter needed for school, which I was more than happy to do. Story number 2. Besting a travel insurer. In 2013, my dad passed away while my brother and I were on our own independent international adventures. I was in Spain and my brother was in Canada, and we needed to get back to Australia. My travel insurance was dodgy, but eventually paid out after a few complaints, which is pretty standard practice. My brother tried to claim $9,000. He could only get one emergency seat on a bunch of connecting flights, and with that and his flight back after the funeral, etc., and other cancellations, it all added up. Shock horror, his claim was rejected. Back then, there wasn't an industry body that dealt with travel insurance companies, or if there was, we had no idea what it was. So my bro went through the usual hurdles involved with the appeals and complaints process. Eventually, they told him that his claim for $9,326 was rejected and their determination was final. So back then, companies didn't really have Twitter handles, especially not insurance companies. So my brother, Ever the Troll, created a Twitter handle in this insurance company's name, complete with their official logo. He quickly set about gaining thousands of followers and legitimately began answering their questions with truthful, albeit quite negative responses. Things like, "My daughter and I want to travel to Paris. What insurance cover would you recommend? We would recommend you take the premium for our comprehensive cover and burn it. We don't like to pay out on any insurable event because it upsets our shareholders. Have fun in Paris," etc., etc. The insurance company got wind of this and sent him a cease and desist letter. My brother counter-offered with a contract for the company to purchase the Twitter account and 2,500 potential customers for the very reasonable price of $9,326. They agreed. This is John from /bash. Please hit that like button to help with the almighty YouTube algorithm, and make sure you've subscribed and have notifications on just so that YouTube can let you know when my next video drops. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.